Hey tennis fans, my name is Shane Terry and this is Tennis News Updates. The 2024 tennis season has officially concluded after last week's Davis Cup Finals being the last major tennis competition of the season. Players will take the next couple of weeks to recharge and prepare for the upcoming season in January. Some players have already begun preseason training. American Coco Gauff took to Instagram with a story post, "First day back," just a few weeks off of her winning the WTA Finals. Four-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka also began her preseason training with her new coach Patrick Mouratoglou. Osaka finished the year in Beijing, where she was forced to retire against Coco Gauff in the round of 16 with a back injury. Despite that, Naomi Osaka looks healthy and ready for a strong 2025 season. But this brings me to a very interesting conversation with players already beginning preseason training just weeks after the previous season just ended. Is the tennis season too long? The professional tennis circuit pretty much runs year-round with tournaments starting the first week of January onward. Players do pick where they want to play, but the respective tennis governing bodies, the ATP and the WTA, have mandated specific events throughout the year. There are 4 Grand Slams, which are the biggest events that offer the most ranking points and the most prize money. The Masters 1000 events, which are just below the Grand Slams, are mandatory for players or they could face fines for not participating. Then there are the 500 and 250 events all throughout the season, which are still prestigious but lower level events. For top players, they are required to play a specific number of events in order to be within compliance with the governing bodies. Earlier in the year, Carlosalcaraz remarked, "Sometimes I don't feel motivated. The calendar is so tight, a lot of tournaments, no days off, or not as many as I want." This year, the Masters 1000 events in Madrid and Rome were expanded from 8 days to nearly 2 weeks. In 2025, the Masters 1000 event in Cincinnati will also expand to a 2-week format. While it may be good for ticket sales and more competition days for fans, the players have not been as enthused. The overall consensus is that the events are too drawn out and it forces players to be on the road more than they would like, in addition to the mental and physical impact tennis already has as is. Players are being forced to play more, leading to burnout and in some cases injury. Top players Carlos Alcaraz, Janniksinner, and Novak Djokovic all sustained an injury at some point this season and were forced out of one tournament or another. However, on the flip side of that argument, you do have those same players who opted to play tennis exhibition events during the season, which are not mandated. All 3, Alcaraz, Sinner, and Djokovic, participated in an exhibition event in Saudi Arabia where they pocketed upwards of $6 million to participate. So I have to weigh in here and I have to give my opinion on whether the season is too long or not. And I feel it is quite a bit long, with the season starting off in January, and in most cases the players are finishing up their last tournaments in November, with Davis Cup and the Billie Jean King Cups at the end of the season. There are mandatory events throughout the season with Indian Wells and Miami. They have been staples on the tour, and those are notoriously known for being 2-week events, and I feel like most players are okay with playing those events. But now we have the addition of more expanded events with Madrid, Rome, and Cincinnati being added to that list. And at one point they were 8-day events, but now they're moving to almost 2-week events. But I just feel like it's a bit too much adding those extra 2-week events, especially because they aren't offering as much as the Grand Slams. And they just, it's a lot for the players to be there for 2 weeks at a time when they normally were there only a week. 2024 also probably felt like a longer year because of the Olympics this year, which is also a 2-week event. So players had to budget that into their schedule as well. So overall, 2024 was just a jam-packed year. As far as the players who are complaining about the season being too long and then you're going to Saudi Arabia to play a tennis exhibition event, I don't know if that's a smart move. If you felt like you needed more rest, then maybe you should take those weeks that you have for rest and use it as such instead of playing a tennis exhibition. But on the flip side of that, you made millions of dollars. So it's all about balancing that. Players have to learn how to schedule their season the best way that is going to suit what they need. When you're a top player, you have the luxury to choose more so where you want to play, as opposed to a player who, is winning these matches and they're really relying on the money that they're winning. they're forced to really have to play every week because they need the money in order to cover all their expenses on the tour. But yeah, I feel like the governing bodies definitely have a little work to do as far as the schedule. They do not want to burn out the players. They want them to be able to provide a quality product for the fans and also make money, but it's a balance. You know, you don't want to overexert. The main reason why we're all here, and that's to see entertaining tennis. And, you know, hopefully the players are able to remain healthy throughout the season. But anyways, that is it for this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Shane Terry, and this is Tennis News Updates. I thank you guys for watching.